just call a play, we just call a play.
Everybody, you know what it is. It's your girl, J.NICHELLE.
And it's your boy, Chris Key.
And we are here for another legit episode. And we have the one, the only Crim Dela joining us today.
Tell them what's happening. It's your boy, Crim Dela is going all the way down. Yeah, there. Yee!
Yee! Tell them.
Energy is in the building.
Man, well, we did a little bit of a live, but everybody that is tapped in, you are lucky. You're going to get an exclusive interview and more information about Crim and actually who he is. We're going to put him in the hot seat a little bit.
Uh-huh.
We're going to get to asking a few questions.
Okay.
Get a little personal.
Uh-oh. I won't take it personal.
Okay, good. Okay, so first thing I want to ask is, Chris kind of brought it up behind scenes. Like, I seen you on the gram, okay? And you seemed a little bit upset, like, about maybe throwing subliminals to people that was taking something personal. Like, do you have any industry beef or any beef with anyone, or was that directed, like shots directed, or was you just flexing on the gram?
Yeah, I must have just been flexing on the gram because definitely no beef. A lot of people, I mean, I won't say a lot, but I guess there's a few that beef with me, and I don't even know why. A lot of people that do have a problem with me don't even know me.
Yeah, it's always like that.
Undercover beef.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't even acknowledge that. I get too much love to worry about the hate, and I think like, you know, when we go to YouTube, we look at how many likes we got. We don't give a fuck about the dislikes. You know what I mean? Like we don't. That's the part of success. You got to have the hate. Like as many people that love Kevin Hart, he still has haters. You know what I mean? Many people. It's just what it is. So I can't even be mad at him. You know.
I want to ask, how do you cope with that? Because I can imagine with the level of success that you've had, especially coming out of Wichita, Kansas, that you definitely see the hate. You know what I mean? You see the love too, but I'm imagining that you also see the hate. So how do you deal with that and stay so positive?
I just don't scroll Facebook no more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
that's
You're
really
off
my
of
Facebook.
Hey, that's crazy because a lot of people actually do that now.
Yeah,
as far as like they don't read like the comments and stuff.
Yeah,
and they're like videos and everything.
Well, how I started, because I used to care too much. I used to really care, want to respond to everything. And what I did when I initially moved out of Wichita, I moved to Denver first before L.A.
D-Town. Okay.
Yeah, love Denver.
That's where I'm from.
Big shout out to Denver.
Yeah.
Colorado Springs, all that.
Yeah, Montbello, stand up.
Right?
Go ahead.
But when I moved there, that was one of the things I did. I just deactivated my page and was only using my artist page. And what it did, it just removed me from, like, literally when you're off of Facebook, there's no hate. I'll never see not any hate on IG, which I'm sure is gonna come. Like once I get more followers from around the world, they're just gonna hate. You know, the kids are trolls. I got friends that's what they do. They just like to get on the internet and troll
and mess up somebody's day.
Yeah, that's what, and it's funny to them. So they have all the burner accounts, the fake accounts.
Wow.
And this is what they do. It's weird, I know, but
wow.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Because some people, commit suicide. People care a lot about social media.
And you can't care about it. Like, it's a fake world, you know what I mean? It's not even real.
Right.
You know, so. But, yeah, I deactivated my page. And once I did that, I went so long being off of Facebook. And, like, I was addicted to Facebook, the scrolling and the commenting and arguing and making sure motherfuckers knew I was right. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You get addicted to that. I don't even think people know. Yeah. And I didn't know until I removed myself from it. And so even now, I did reactivate my page. You'll see me like post on it now, but I literally just post and react to comments on my page. Like I don't scroll. Like if I'm scrolling anything, it's IG. So that eliminated all the hate for me as far as like the local hate, because Wichita's big on Facebook. You go to other cities, they're not big on Facebook. They might be big on Twitter or big on. You know, but Wichita is big on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just me removing that helped a lot with not hearing any hate. So.
I was gonna say I follow you on Facebook, and you were one of the more positive people. I watched your fitness journey. You know, you would go on those runs and have your shirt off and. Talking about your titties and stuff. That's the main
reason why she was watching it.
Yeah.
She was like, the shirt's off.
Went from a B cup to an A cup.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm out here.
It was motivational. Like, I really, like that part of you. And it made me want to, as a fan, as a spectator, it made me like, who is this guy? Let me check his music out. Just because that was, you know. something that stood out.
Yeah, I just I'm naturally a positive person, and I'm not positive 100% of the time. But like I said, social media is a fictitious world, so if I'm going to portray anything, it's that I am positive 100% of the time. And when I am negative, that's just not for my followers. Now, with that being said, some artists, benefit the world by letting out their negative side, or when they're going through things, it helps other people cope with what they're going through. That's just not me. I'm just a positive person. When I'm not in a good mood or something, you won't see me on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. So,
yeah.
And it's crazy because when I did the Scott Storch project, I got a lot more followers and stuff. And it's really like kids around the world. Like I noticed a lot of kids following me. And so when I started doing the health journey, that got a bigger response than anything. Like my inbox was blowing up with like kids from overseas in Berlin and Amsterdam and France and Dubai, all over the place.
Wow.
Just like, sending me pictures like, Crim, you motivated me. I lost 30 pounds.
Wow.
Like, it was crazy. So like, it just showed me like, I'm actually more than just a rapper, and I always felt that, but I didn't know how to go about getting people to listen to me. So definitely the music is how I'm getting them to listen and pay attention, but I'm much more than that. And I do want to encourage, the youth and grown people and everyone in the world to, become better and be positive. So.
Yeah. Well, speaking of just following you on Facebook and you being positive and kind of a role model for people, I personally think you're a role model for fathers. Anybody that follows you knows that you have Nessa with you a lot of the time, if not all the time.
She's my sidekick.
I mean, people would know that because you really show that on social media that you are an active, involved father. So definitely hats off to you for that.
Thank you.
How is balancing both?
So, a lot of people give me kudos for it, and it's one of those things where it's like I appreciate the kudos, but it's like it's crazy we live in a time where like that even deserves kudos, you know what I mean? Because like parenting shouldn't even be a question. And so when people ask me how I do it, I just tell them I do it. Like there is no not doing it. Her mom hasn't been around. I've had full custody of her since she's been like 1.5. She just turned 9.
Yeah.
So I think the earlier years was definitely a little more of a struggle, like when she's still shitting herself and and all that.
Yeah. We got to change diapers.
Yeah, but now I mean, literally, she at an age where she's my best friend. She funny, like she really funny. She's shy, or I'd get her on this mic.
Yeah.
But she got Joe. When it's just me and her, she funny, like hella funny, and she's such a good kid. Like I'd be seeing these kids out here are bad.
Yeah.
No, these kids is bad nowadays.
Yeah, they are.
And so my girl's like, I'm so blessed. She's such an angel. I know a lot of parents say that about their kids, but like, I'm not even capping. She is such an angel. She out there right now being an angel. I don't even got to check on her.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's sitting there like a good
Yeah.
angel.
I was going to say, I've been to video shoots. I mean, she's super respectful.
Yeah.
Like she never,
And she was raised in the studio, so like she got all the studio etiquette. She don't talk when we're recording. She's literally just been my sidekick. Everything I've done, she's done. So, and what that has done for me is I feel like it's kept me out of a lot of trouble.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah,
does it keep you straight?
Yeah, it definitely does. Before I had her, I was on a road of destruction. You know what I mean? I was doing the most all over the place, didn't give a fuck about nothing, was fighting, shit, using drugs, all kinds of shit, you know what I mean? And then when I found out her mother was pregnant, like, I was gassed, and, I went to all the doctor's appointments and stuff, but then, like, once I had her, immediately I didn't want to go out no more, I didn't want to hang out no more. It was like, I'm at home. If y'all want to see me, you come in here. And so, I always had the studio at the house, and so I just made it work,
Yeah.
It is what it is, so shout out Janessa for making me who I am today.
That's what's up.
Man, how legit is that?
Right.
For real. So, Crim, we got a lot of stuff coming up, man.
Yeah.
You got a song coming up that's going to release this month?
Yep.
With Ritz?
With Ritz, yeah.
Whoa, that is like so nuts.
No, I'm really excited about this one.
That is nuts.
Yeah, I got a crazy story about this. So.
Uh-oh. Story time. I love story time.
When Polar was alive, R.I.P. Polar, when was it? I think 2015, we opened for Ritz at the Abode. I was like, man, I need a Ritz feature, bro. I need it. He's like, don't worry, Crim, I'm gonna get it for you. And so, long story short, we get there, and he's like, yeah, I'll do it, but it's going to cost like $4,000 or $5,000. He gave me some ridiculous price, and at the time, I was broke, didn't have no money, so I'm like, well, fuck, I'm not going to do a song with Ritz. So fast forward to, when did we do it? A few months ago, I was on Instagram, and it's crazy how much shit I've done off of Instagram. But he had done something, he had posted something, so I just slid in the inbox.
Wow.
And was like, hey, what's up, man? I'd love to work with you. Blah, blah, blah. You know, let me know what we got to do. It was like 3 a.m, too. I don't even know why I was up. I just couldn't sleep scrolling and shit. And he messaged me right back. He's like, you got something you can send me? And so I did. I had just did a song with Avedon, which Avedon is Scott Storch's co-producer.
Nice.
And I built a good relationship with him. That's the studio I use when I'm in Hollywood, is Avedon's.
Nice.
And I had just did this song on one of his beats, but I didn't have a second verse. So I was like, yeah, for sure. Send it to him. Like 15 minutes later, it was like 3:30 a.m. He hit me back like, damn, bro, that's hard. I'm going to do it for you. Give me a month. I'll send it back to you.
Wow.
And so he did it for free.
Wow.
Did it for free with me. And he tapped in with me. Like, he fucked with me heavy. He said he's down to do the video, so we about to shoot the video.
Wow. Is your mind like blown that, before you try to get him and he was out of your price range and like...
Well, I'm just so glad he was out of my price range then, because I wasn't the artist that I needed to be to have a successful song with Ritz.
Yeah.
It would have just... And this is something Polar used to always tell me, because I used to be so big on, I need a feature. Like, I used to think that a feature would put me on. You know what I mean? And Polar used to always, like, keep me humble by saying, man, you just going to get a feature and you just going to be a nigga with a feature.
Yeah.
That's it. You just going... It's not going to do nothing for you unless you doing something for yourself. And it never really made sense until I, like, really started taking this shit serious and seeing that. And then, getting features. Like, I work with Devin the Dude and, other artists. And I remember Devin the Dude was the first big name I worked with. And when I got with him, I did the song, I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I'm on. It's cake. I'm about to have a huge fan base. And then I dropped the song. The song did good, don't get me wrong, but, I mean, it didn't, like... It didn't change my life, you know what I mean? It was a piece of the puzzle, though.
Yeah.
So, just with time, I just learned that, features or whatever, and it's beautiful. It's just full circle, you know what I mean? That I didn't have to come out of pocket for it, too. So.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
So, not only do you have that song getting ready to come up, you also just announced your album release party. Yeah.
Woo.
Which is the start of your tour, right?
Yep.
Woo.
Yep. So March 28th at the Wave, I'm dropping my newest album, Giuseppe's and Gelato 2.
Nice.
Highly anticipated. It's the first full-length album since the Scott Storch project. The Scott Storch project is still, like, that's one thing to this day I'm still like, damn, I can't believe I actually did that.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't know who Scott Storch is, it might not, like, register on how big that is. But, like, I've been a Scott Storch fan since back in the day when he was dating Lindsay Lohan and, like, Paris Hilton. And he had Lean Back and Candy Shop and You Should Let Me Love You and all that shit. Like, that's Scott Storch. So I remember being in school and looking on Wikipedia and just looking at all the songs he produced. Never in my wildest dreams, honestly, like, never would I have ever imagined I'd be able to stay at his crib for a weekend and record a whole album. Like,
that's dope.
Have you ever told him that? Like, man, this is just wild. Like,
and the thing with Storch, man, he's such a good dude. I've met a lot of people in the industry, and one thing, that's kind of where the don't take it personal came from, because I used to take shit personal until I started seeing, like, none of these celebrities owe me anything. They don't need to be nice to me. They don't need to work with me. You know what I mean? No matter who I think I am or what I think I deserve. But with that being said, Scott Storch is one of the most humblest dudes in the world. And, like, I feel like if anyone has, the right to not be humble, it's him. But he is, man. He's so, you got plaques all over his house. And he's the most humble, coolest dude I've met in the industry so far.
That's amazing. That's a
dope.
blessing. So continue on about the tour because I want people to get that for sure.
Yeah, so March 28th at the Wave, I'm dropping Giuseppe's and Gelato. It's the beginning of my tour, the Giuseppe's and Gelato 2 tour. I'm really excited about it. I'm hitting the road with Bone Thugs again, and I got another special secret tour that might be happening. I don't want to say it because it's not confirmed yet, but it's going to be huge for me. It's going to be the biggest tour I've ever been a part of.
Wow.
I have to plug that in off air.
Yeah, no, I got you. I definitely plug it off air. I'm really excited about it. But yeah, so after the Storch project, Storch's manager, Steve LaBelle, Scott hit him and he was like, yo, this guy just did an album with me. He's independent. He's dope. Long story short, that's the whole reason I moved to L.A. Steve LaBelle flew me out there. We listened to the album. He loved it. We linked up. He's basically managing Global Hustle now. And so he's been helping a lot with, like, putting me on the road. You know, he helped with the Doobie Tour, Bone Thugs, and this upcoming one that I can't disclose on air. But, yeah, so big shout-out to Steve LaBelle as well, along with Pac-Man Gotti. You know, he's believed in me since the very beginning, so...
That brings me to my question. Do you feel a sense of responsibility or pressure to put the city on since Wichita is home for you? Like, do you feel that way?
Not really. And the reason I say that is because I think we were talking about this earlier. People just have a false, like, thought of what putting on is, you know? And I think they think that putting on is like, you and you come with me and here's $1 million, you're on.
Yeah.
You're set for life. I think more putting on is just giving opportunities. And even though people look at me right now, it's like, yo, I would love to be where Crim's at or Crim's made it. I'm still like on my journey. And,
Yeah.
You know, I'm not on yet. Like,
Yeah.
I'm on more than I used to be, but I'm not on yet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not able to buy a house off rap music. I'm not able to, you know, do a lot of things that I want to do, like financially, maybe even with the following. I'm not catching millions of views right now, you know.
Yeah.
But I am on the way, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's not gonna happen. I'm on the way, but with that being said, I do like to help people from the city. It's because there's so much talent here. I don't think I owe anyone from the city anything.
Yeah.
But I do, just because of the person I am. I feel like there's so much talent here. For example, Damian Styles, he's from here. Like, I met him here. The people that print my merch and stuff, you know, I have people that do it in Los Angeles, but I decided to work with the people here to keep it local. You know what I mean? So I don't think I owe anybody anything, but I do like to help.
And you
when
know,
I can.
What I think is crazy. I've even experienced this, and I'm not on or, you know, traveling or doing any of the things that I want to do just yet. But I feel like when you get a little bit of a way, people want to hop on that, and they feel entitled to it almost.
They're
you know, like, I know we went to elementary school together. You ain't gonna
don't get me
help
started
me
on
up?
the entitlement.
Man.
Like, I've literally lost friends over this. Like, I mean, shit, I ain't even scared to say it. Like, one dude I came up in music with was this dude named DV. I don't know if you guys know him in the town. Yeah, that's what he go by, DV. Like, we literally started this music shit together. And once I caught a little success and moved, like, he was, like, mad at me for it. Like, because he didn't move with me. Like, and see, people, I guess when you see me online, I've had people tell me, like, they already think I'm worth millions. Like, you don't have $1 million yet? Or I've signed some
Count
major.
your pockets.
Yeah, people think I've signed a major deal, and I'm independent still. You know what I mean? So people will make up stories in their head, and it will piss them off because, okay, if I did have millions and you struggling, I'm just not helping. Yeah, maybe that is fucked up, but I ain't got no fucking millions.
Yeah,
you know what
that's
I mean?
not the case.
Yeah, so they're making up a false, like, reality and then getting mad thinking their false reality is fact.
Right.
You know, and I'm sure we all go through that.
Heck
you know what
yeah.
I mean? People will just create this fucking fictitious story in their head and get mad at it.
Yeah.
They don't even know what the fuck's going on. And that's social media's fault. I do think social media is to blame because we only post the good. We only post the edited pictures.
Yeah.
And when we somewhere lit.
Yeah.
So when you scrolling through my IG, all you seeing is lit. Oh, Crim lit.
Like, this
Yeah.
dude lit. I'm at home. I'm
Right.
mad. No, for sure. I could imagine that has happened to you, just because I see people go through that all the time, and you know, they barely reach a platform for themselves, and they're already feeling people are trying to feel like pull me up, and it's like, man, I'm still trying to get up myself.
Exactly.
So yeah, for sure. Okay, Chris.
Look at the face. Look at the face. Look at the face.
Okay, Chris.
If y'all been watching the lives and y'all been watching the shows, you'd understand why she makes that face. I think it's time that I take the name back.
Suge Knight?
Is it time?
I don't have to be Suge no more?
We'll see on the next episode. So
I'm the Tupac of podcast. Forget Suge Knight. I don't know that. I don't want to be Suge Knight.
no, but Crim. So Global Hustle. Tell us about that.
Global Hustle. So it's an independent label. The CEO is Pac-Man Gotti. We kind of just created it because we wanted to work with each other. He wanted to be in the music industry, and I was kind of like his way in. And as far as the business side went, I didn't really know much about the business. At the time, I was broke. I was working a 9-to-5 job, and he literally just believed in me, put me in positions to win. We started Global Hustle, and we just went 50-50 with it. Like, you get, whatever I make in my career, you get 50% for believing in me. Like,
Nice.
that's what I believe in. Like, and so yeah, that's Global Hustle started. 2016. The first thing we did was the Devin the Dude. I opened for Devin the Dude on my birthday at the Cotillion.
Nice.
And we went in the backstage, and Barefoot was my DJ, and he told, "Yo, Devin, man, this is Crim's birthday." And then when he said that, one of his entourage was like, "Oh yeah, he opened for you. He was dope." And so Devin was like, "Yeah, I'll do a song with you for your birthday."
Wow.
And so
dope.
yeah, we flew him out for the video. He came to Wichita and shit for the video shoot, and so that was the beginning of Global Hustle. But yeah, Global Hustle, it's definitely grown a lot. Like, it was just, I remember when this started, it was just the idea, like. And obviously the hustle spelled like Nipsey Hussle. We started Global Hustle before Nipsey passed, like, because we like modeled the label after like what he was talking about, the independent grind. Like, we're Nipsey fans, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because Steve LaBelle, who we work with now, who's Scott Storch's manager, he discovered Nipsey, and he's behind Nipsey's success. And so when we first linked with Steve, Nipsey was still alive, so like, you know, we was putting the bug in his ear, hey, we'd love to work with Nipsey, and then, you know, obviously he was murdered. But yeah, like we really modeled the Global Hustle after Nipsey Hussle, and just all the game he would drop about being independent, and that's what we did. Like, we literally would watch his shit like he was Gary Vee, and just hit the road and network and go to events and just show face. That's one thing we really learned, like, with all my success, it's just showing face. Like, people think you gotta set up shows to be out of town. Nah, like, a lot of my fans that I've made never even see me live. I'll pull up in Baltimore and hit the mall. I got a fan that I met at a fast food restaurant, just being in there. She's like, "What do y'all do?" "Oh, I'm a rapper. Look me up." And she die-hard fan, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, and so the word of mouth is everything too. So I try to tell people, because I used to think like that. It's like, I can't go to these cities if I don't have shows set up. You don't even need shows. Like, just go.
Network.
Just literally go. Have your whole crew in matching gear, so you obviously look like y'all
doing
something. Yeah, they gonna ask.
Yeah.
They gonna ask what you do, you know. So
That's a good, you know, I seen this thing with Kim Kardashian, just watching her documentary, and she would rent a nice car like that was not hers, a Royce or something, you know what I mean? And hire a few people with cameras to come out and say her name or something like that. And she wasn't even popular at this time. She just kind of went out there and faked it. Like, and people really started being like, "Oh, who is she?" That
That's
people are taking pictures of her. She's getting out of a nice car. Like, she got to be somebody.
Yeah,
so
exactly,
it's crazy how you can kind of just create that illusion for people, and
people believe what you want them to believe.
I think you sell them a story.
Like, and You know, especially like when you're not even from where they from. You are outside. People can tell if you're not from there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, where you from? That's why I get all the time because they don't even know where my accent from. Like, where the fuck is you from? I got a crazy accent.
Middle
like,
of the about like sounding like something a little bit out of everywhere.
Even people in Wichita be like, damn. I mean, before people knew about me, they'd be like, where the fuck is you from? Because you ain't from Wichita.
Lost.
Right. But yeah, man, Global Hustle is the best thing that's happened to me. Real shit. I'm very thankful, and I count my blessings every day, man. Without Global Hustle, shit, I don't know where I'd be, honestly, with this music shit. So
that's legit, man. Yeah, I've seen a lot of the videos that you post. A lot of people that's associated with Global Hustle. I've seen a lot of the videos you posted where you've met different people, like. It's a few people from, I don't know, like Vine videos and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
That you've linked up with.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Those stories, like everything that I put together, I'm really just gassing up IG right now. But literally, you're talking about Holy God is one of them. So Holy God, I was working with Scott Storch. Scott Storch had went live on his IG, and I was on there, and so. I had followed Holy God like 2 weeks prior to going and working with Scott. And, you know, I would just comment random shit like, you ugly ass boy. And shit.
Oh, no, that's so funny.
Just talking shit because it was funny. And the morning after I worked with Storch, I woke up and he had followed me and sent me a message like, yo, let's work. So we were driving to the Bay from Scott's to work with Mr. Fab. And so from the Bay, we flew to New Orleans because that's where he stayed, and we did a skit. And it's the skit where I'm smoking nugs, and it went viral, literally. It got like 2 million views.
Wow.
1.5 in the first 24 hours or some
wow.
shit. And so, like, it was literally the first skit we've ever done. It was the first million views he had gotten on his IG. So it's just like we were, like, tied together at that point. Like, oh, shit, this dude's funny. And he was just fucking with me.
Well, you guys know what it is. It's your girl, J.NICHELLE. Crim Dela came through to kick it with us.
Tell them.
You never know who's going to be coming through in the legit way and vibing out with us.
I like how she just stole my slogan, but it's okay.
That's right. That's right. I'm Suge Knight in this. So until next time, it's me, your girl, J.NICHELLE, and...
It's I, Chris Key.
Look, Seneca's like, correct her, Chris. I'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Legit.
We don't ever play, we ain't never playing.